So are you thinking of them, for example, the CFO told R.K. Rooney, I think, that the idea of them as a meme name doesn't resonate because they want to portray them as a growing, evolving, broader platform. Do you see them like that, or are they basically a play on gamification and memes?
This is a quarter that they laid out a lot of very positive things about what could happen. But it's not happening yet. Right now, it does feel... I mean, if you're basing your business on opening accounts that are Dogecoin, that's not exactly opening your accounts with with 5-year treasuries, with notes. And it's also not opening accounts with a mutual fund. It's not opening accounts with just... with companies, and I think that they have to be careful. That's not as sustainable as you'd like. Now, I know that there are Dogecoin fans, but that's my least favorite that's everybody's least favorite of the cryptos, because it does seem a mockery of a sham.
As it was intended to be originally.
Yes.
Some argue. And
that's what they went for. Well, it's because it's low priced. And the irony of the call is that somehow they think this is fine. I mean, I was hoping that what they would do is say, and a lot of our younger investors are buying interesting companies like the genomic companies, or they like the stocks that are, say, Ford. It seems to have made a turn. I like that. Instead, it's Dogecoin, and that's not the narrative that they were tracing before they were coming public. I think that the stock would not be where it is if they said, listen, people are opening accounts and they're opening it with Dogecoin. The stock just simply wouldn't be where it is. And I found it revelatory and somewhat sad. I was hoping it would not be this case because I do like the company so much. But Robinhood's customers demonstrated significant interest in cryptocurrencies, with over 60% of our net cumulative funded accounts trading in crypto. 60%?
Wow. Yep.
I mean, that's like, wow.
Yep.
Hey, everybody. Kriss here. Welcome on a Wednesday. We're having a little pullback in the markets again today, and we'll talk about that, what's going on with SEC regulation and Robinhood. And even if you don't trade on Robinhood, the information we're going to talk about here is important because it affects not only the overall crypto market, but also Dogecoin as well. But that intro video was back in 2021, when Robinhood had released its Q2 earnings, and an amazing amount of the profit of Robinhood that year was on Dogecoin trading. Robinhood was making a lot of money on Dogecoin trading. And through the years now, 2022, 2023, Robinhood's profits were terrible. The stock was down because we were in a bear crypto market, right? But now guess what? We're in a bull market, and guess what's happening? Robinhood's earnings are going up. So this Wells notice that the SEC sent to Robinhood couldn't have hit at a worse time for Robinhood, because they should be living in profit right now. But instead, what we have is we got a lot of users pulling their crypto off of Robinhood. We'll look at some notes on that, as well as the price of crypto is retracing, and that doesn't help Robinhood, because Robinhood makes money when people buy crypto more than when they sell it. And they want people buying. They want the price to go up, so you get more and more users coming in buying crypto, and particularly Dogecoin, because they can make a crap ton of money on Doge as well, which we saw back in 2021. And here we are in 2024. And we're ready to go. We're ready for Doge to take off. But it's not right now. So let's take a look at the charts, what's going on, and then we'll get into some of this Robinhood stuff, because it's important to talk about and its effect on the overall crypto market and Doge as well. So let me drop down here and let's take a look at Doge at 14.4. This is the local support that I had called, and we're trading right there, guys. Trading right there on the 4-hour chart. Again, where does 14.4 came from? That's where we came down back here on Saturday, hit 14.4, traded up. And then when we dipped down below, 14.4, it came up and retested it as resistance. So 14.4, kind of based on that trading, seemed to me a key point, which is right where we are right now. So again, this is a local. We have another down here at 12.5. You could even say 12, like someone did in the comments, because that's what Doge hit here on Wednesday, was right at 12 cents. But again, right now, battling the short term, the local support at 14.4, and that's right where Dogecoin is right now. But again, this isn't just Dogecoin. So for those bashing on Dogecoin, somebody saying it's dumping, well, I mean, did you see Bitcoin going down? Bitcoin has dipped below 62,000, which was its support from back here. It was 62K. Bitcoin's now dropped below it. So Bitcoin's doing worse. ETH, look at ETH dropping down. ETH, again, doing worse. We have Cardano actually came up today, but Cardano had already been dropping and was already low. So Cardano had a little bit of a run today. We can see that when we zoom in on the 15-minute, that there was a little run on Cardano, and it seems to be retracing back down now. So that's the update overall on the market. One little bit of news that kind of funny was this Elon Alerts account on X Twitter. Just posts every time Elon likes something or responds to something. And Doge Designer today said the most entertaining outcome is the most likely, which was the older photo that had been photoshopped of Elon wearing these glasses, these shades, and then someone had put this Doge reflections in these glasses, which is a fun little Photoshop effect there. Elon liked it. Elon liked it. So we have that to start with. So there's Elon. Now, there had been talk, particularly back in 2021, people were wondering whether Elon was the Dogecoin whale. And to look at that, we look at the Dogecoin rich list. This is on BitInfo charts, the Dogecoin rich list. And we have this number one wallet here, which now has 31.8 billion Dogecoin. It's down. It's less. It's 1 billion Dogecoin less than this wallet had just a little over a month ago. Now, we had the super sleuths on Reddit, and even myself has been tracing this large wallet, where the coins go, where they come. And this is not the same wallet that was the big $32 billion Doge wallet back in 2021, because what Robinhood does is they move the coins. And it's for security reasons, is all it is. It's not the same wallet, but it's still 22% of all Dogecoin is held by Robinhood in Robinhood's cold storage wallet. Robinhood also has additional wallets, which are their hot wallets, because people do move Doge. They have the same thing with Bitcoin and ETH and the other coins on their platform. And so they do have more than just this one wallet. And some thought it was up to 38 or 39 billion Dogecoin that Robinhood actually owns. Now, Robinhood does not own this Dogecoin for themselves. This is our Dogecoin. If you bought Dogecoin on Robinhood and it's still sitting there in the main Robinhood exchange, you haven't moved it anywhere else, this is where your Dogecoin is. It's right here in this wallet, because Robinhood holds the Dogecoin on your behalf, and it's written into their terms and conditions. You don't own that Dogecoin. Robinhood does. They're holding it for you. You're basically just buying on the price. And so Robinhood has all of this Dogecoin because so many people were buying Dogecoin. They actually had to increase their Dogecoin holdings in early 2021 because of the amount of Dogecoin buying that was happening on the platform. We can get more into the details of that, but that's kind of the overview. And this is this wallet here, 31.8 billion Dogecoin is Robinhood. Now, it used to be over here, it was 32.9. Once they moved all of the Doge from a different wallet, and this was in, they started this back in, I want to say May 2023, or about a year ago. They began this big transfer of Doge from the previous whale wallet, number one wallet, to this new one. So this happened about a year ago. And they did it over a series of transfers that took them about a month to finish until they had topped it off at 32.9 billion. And it stayed flat all the way until just last month. And now it's down from 32.9 to 31.8. So that's a little bit on that. So what's going on with Robinhood? Well, if you haven't heard the news, the SEC has sent Robinhood a Wells notice. And the Wells notice is basically a memo to Robinhood saying, you're doing something wrong, come talk to us, or defend yourself on why you think that you're not doing something wrong. And in the end, we're probably just going to sue you anyway. Because that's how it's been done before. We've seen that with Coinbase. We've seen it with Kraken. We've seen it with others. They get the Wells notice, and then there's a legal action that follows it. Now, what Consensus did, Consensus just got a Wells notice a couple weeks ago, and they just turned around and just sued the SEC. They didn't even wait around. They just said, we're going to sue you. And so Vlad Tenev, the CEO here of Robinhood, basically, look, he said they're going to fight this, right? They're going to do legal action here. But are they actually going to sue the SEC? Or are they going to wait for the SEC to sue them? I don't know. But overall, that's what's happening right now. And that's kind of bringing the markets down a bit. The crypto market doesn't like this, especially with someone as big as Robinhood. And as we talked about on Monday night during the live stream, because we were going through a lot of the information, and it just dawned on me that it looked like a lot of this is actually pointed toward Ethereum. Because Ethereum is the big, it's in the spotlight right now because there's all these Ethereum spot ETF applications before the SEC. We've talked before about how the SEC doesn't like that Ethereum transferred or merged, right, from a proof of work cryptocurrency to a proof of stake cryptocurrency. And the SEC doesn't like proof of stake cryptocurrencies. So this could be tied to that. And what could be behind this action is the SEC basically saying, you are trading an unregistered security without saying that it's ETH. That's what I think's going on. But that's the story that's behind what's going on. And there's a cloud over the crypto market right now because of this. This is a big deal. So now, Robinhood, almost a year ago, ended its support for Cardano, Polygon, and Solana. Those were three crypto tokens that had been identified in the lawsuit between Coinbase and the SEC as being unregistered securities. And so what Robinhood said is, we want to be clean with the SEC. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop trading on those. And they delisted them. They gave everyone a warning, right, that they're going to be, delisting these tokens. We got a lot of people upset, especially with Solana, but That's what Robinhood wanted to do so they could avoid exactly what's happening now. They didn't want to be sued, right, by the SEC. So they thought, well, we'll take those that you've already identified as being these securities, and we'll just stop trading those. So Robinhood thought that they were safe. Well, I guess not. And I think it's because of ETH. I think it's because of ETH. So that's what's going on. What does this have to do with Dogecoin? Well, there's this other thing going on about the Robinhood wallet. Now, there's two Robinhood apps. There's one which is the main app, which is the one I have the link for in the description below if you want to start trading on Robinhood. I do have an affiliate link there. And that's the main Robinhood app where you can buy and sell crypto. But they created a second app as an independent wallet where you can hold crypto and own your keys. And I mean, Misha Bar got into a lot of the details here, and that, you know, compared it to the Coinbase wallet, and yeah, it just doesn't like some of the language in there when it comes to privacy. So again, just a reminder, if you're going to use any app that you use, just look into the terms and conditions, look into the details, look into privacy, especially one that's tied to an exchange like Coinbase or Robinhood's. So there's that. But also, what is happening? Robinhood sees massive Dogecoin outflows after Wells notice. So there are some people who've gotten into the details here about movement of Doge off of Robinhood. So what is happening is there's a Wells notice there. People are getting spooked. Is my Doge going to be safe on Robinhood? They're moving it off. And so Bitcoin Census here says another 164 million Doge. Whoop, that's going to go right to the, here. They looked on Doge Chain here. And they said, and from Doge Chain, another 164 million Doge worth $25 million has been transferred out of Robinhood. These transactions occurred after the platform received a Wells notice from the SEC. So, so that looks like people are pulling their Doge just to be safe. Okay. At this point, I don't think there's anything to worry about with the Robinhood exchange. It's a publicly traded company in the United States. They're not just going to shut it down in an instant, like what happened to FTX, Voyager, Celsius, those things. Robinhood is not anything like those. But if you want to just be safe, you might consider moving your coins off of Robinhood. When we talk about self-custody, we talk about, like, here's my ledger, Nano S. I've got a link in the description below if you want to check out a hardware wallet. But I also use Exodus, Trust Wallet you can use, or any number of different ones. For Doge, I like the MyDoge app. But again, I only put a small amount on there because that's the stuff that I have for spending, for tipping, things like that. It's good to have your Doge kind of spread out just in case. I know it's a pain, but that's what I have. I've got a bunch of Doge in a bunch of different places. It's not all in one place. So there's that. Just to consider, there are people who are withdrawing their Doge off of the Robinhood platform. So where does that leave this legal battle? It's bigger than Dogecoin. It's bigger than Ethereum, probably. This could be over all of crypto and how all of crypto is seen in the eyes of regulations. So first, this goes kind of back and forth, and what Robinhood's first response was, we firmly believe that the assets listed on our platform are not securities. because no one has said they are. The SEC hasn't said Ethereum is a security. So how is Robinhood supposed to respond by, I mean, the SEC hasn't said anything trading on their platform is a security. And I already said they already took off the ones or delisted the ones that were in the Coinbase lawsuit last year as being securities in the eyes of the SEC. Note that Dogecoin was not on that Coinbase list either. So Dogecoin doesn't have anything to worry about, but Robinhood is worried about it. Now, could the SEC just be doing this Wells notice to Robinhood because they used to trade Solana, Cardano, and Matic? Maybe. I mean, it's a year late. I don't know. But that's kind of why I think this is more related to ETH. Is because ETH is in the spotlight right now in the eyes of the SEC. So the Robinhood Chief Legal Compliance and Corporate Affairs Officer said, hey, look, we look forward to engaging with the SEC to make clear just how weak any case against Robinhood Crypto would be on both the facts and the law. So Robinhood's saying, okay, let's go. Because you don't have a case. Again, he said, after years of good faith attempts to work with the SEC for regulatory clarity, including our well-known attempt to come in and register, we're disappointed that the agency has decided to issue a Wells notice related to our US crypto business. So Robinhood was playing their game, and they end up getting this notice anyway, and most likely there's going to be a lawsuit that's going to come out of this. And that's going to muck things up in the court. And as we talked about on Monday, I think this is being done so that the SEC has an excuse to not approve the current Ethereum spot ETFs that are before them right now. So we'll see. Ryan Sean Adams, I referenced him in yesterday's video. And here's another one that he says it's like Robinhood getting sued by the SEC. Welcome to the party. It's like, sure, let's join the crowd, right? If you're curious as to why Gary and the SEC is so brazen in his attack on crypto, this is important. It's because he's getting orders from a deep faction of the US government who's trying to choke off crypto in America. That's it right there. US government does not like crypto, and they are telling Gary what to do. Gary is working on instructions. Whatever he can do to choke crypto trading in the United States, that is what's happening. So it is bigger than just Doge. It's bigger than ETH. They're going after crypto with this, and they're doing it the only way they can. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. What can we do? Again, you want to self-custody your coins, self-custody your coins. That's a choice you need to make. Now, here is this so-called legal expert who says that Robinhood is unlikely to win in a full-on battle with the SEC. This legal expert just happens to be a former SEC enforcement branch chief. So I think she's a little partial to the SEC side of things, because we then have this article that says Robinhood is favored to prevail in potential crypto court case against the SEC. So we're getting it from both sides. What's going on? We're getting it from both sides. The dispute between Robinhood and the SEC centers on the regulatory classification of certain crypto products offered by the trading platform. Again, SEC didn't specify any particular cryptocurrency. They just basically said, look, you're not doing things right. But they wouldn't say what those things are. So now we go back in the past because Dogecoin and Robinhood have had a love-hate relationship, right? It's a love-hate relationship. This was back in 2021, back end of January, beginning of February, when Dogecoin took off in price. And what happened to Robinhood? Due to extraordinary market conditions, we've temporarily turned off instant buying power for crypto. So how Robinhood works is you transfer fiat from your bank to the Robinhood platform. And when you do that, Robinhood gives you instant buying power, right? If you already have a bank account linked, they basically said, hey, you're good up to a certain amount. Let's say $1,000, right? And you can instantly use that to buy. You don't have to wait 3 or 4 days for the funds to clear or whatever. That's how Robinhood worked right up until January 29th. And then on January 29th, they turned off the instant buying power. Kind of funny how that happened on that day, isn't it? But this followed 2 previous days where they disallowed buying GameStop stock. Remember that? That was the whole Wall Street bets thing, right? And the big short squeeze on GameStop with Citadel and Melvin and all them, right? That whole payment for order flow thing. Remember that was going on? That's how Robinhood was making money. But guess what happened? Robinhood got a little phone call saying, you got to do something about this GameStop thing. And they stopped the buying of GameStop. So then a bunch of people on Reddit said, well, let's just go and let's just squeeze out everybody who's shorting Dogecoin on the crypto side, and let's buy a crap ton of Doge. So what did they do? They all started buying Dogecoin on the 28th of January, and Dogecoin's price started shooting up. And that's this chart right here. Now, on the 28th of January, guess where I was? I was buying Dogecoin. I bought it right here. This was my first Dogecoin I bought, was right here at 2 cents. That's my 2-cent Dogecoin that I've been telling you guys about. That's where I bought it, right there. But what happened? Dogecoin got to up to 8 cents in about 8 hours. It went from 2 cents to 8 cents. That's a 4x. And then if you peel it back another 8 hours before that, it went from less than a penny to 8 cents. So it was like a 10x in just a little over a day. That's how much buying there was of Dogecoin. I mean, this is huge. This is huge. And a lot of people were buying on Robinhood. I bought this Dogecoin on Robinhood because that's what I was using to trade stocks. And I was doing this swing trading. And I was out of my big, whatever stock trade I had at the time. I had just recently closed out. And then this was happening. And I'm like, I'm going to buy some of this. And that's how I got into Doge. So this Robinhood Dogecoin thing was like, you love it, but yet what the heck happened here and why did they turn off the instant buying power? due to extraordinary market conditions. What does that mean? What does that mean? Something fishy was going on there as well. Again, this is just after that whole GameStop thing happened. But not only that, but then in April, what happened to Doge in April? Doge started running again. And what happened? There was a crypto outage on Robinhood that happened. Robinhood traders slammed Robinhood after its cryptocurrency platform suffered a major outage right in the middle of Dogecoin's record-setting rally. Robinhood said its crypto trading service started going haywire by 10 o'clock Thursday night, just as the price of Doge started spiking. The disruption enraged Robinhood users who accused Robinhood on social media of intentionally blocking them from cashing in on the Dogecoin surge. How convenient. Robinhood always has issues when their customers are making money. I swear to God, if Robinhood does anything to mess with my Doge profit, they're getting a one-way trip to the sun. This was when Doge went from about 14, it was about 12 to 14 cents trading around there on April 15th. And it went all the way up to 30 cents in just a few hours. It went up to 30 cents. It ended up going up to 42 cents, took a little break at 30, went up to 42. And then on Doge Day, it crashed all the way back down to 16 cents. 42 cents, all the way down to 16 cents. But then the day after Doge Day, it turned around and just started going back up on its way to May 7th, where it hit its 73-cent high the day before Saturday Night Live. What is the date today? Today is May 8th. 2024, the 3-year anniversary of Elon Musk's appearance on Saturday Night Live. 3 years ago to the day. Most of you have already heard me tell this story. Many believe Dogecoin started dropping during Saturday Night Live, and that is not true. Dogecoin did not even hit its all-time high on May 8th, the day of Saturday Night Live. It was actually May 7th, the day before, when Doge went up to 73. It had already had some profit taking and was down in the 60s the morning of May 8th. And that is when Barry Silbert announced that he was shorting Dogecoin, big short. And I'm sure he had others of his buddies putting big short positions on Doge as well. And by the time Saturday Night Live even started, before Elon said one word, Doge was already down into the 50s. And I know there was that whole thing about the weekend update and is Dogecoin a hustle and all that. That wasn't good, didn't help things. But then the next day, all the media blamed Dogecoin's price going down on that. But that wasn't it. It was already just getting shorted to hell. And Doge crashed from there. So that's the history. But where did it start? Some people point to Robinhood. What was Robinhood's involvement in this? What was going on? We talked at that time about Robinhood should have learned from what happened back in early February about the amount of volume on its app and that it needed to improve its app. So when there was huge trading volume, it wouldn't have any issues. They say that this trading here on the 16th of April was based on, this huge volume of trading. But what is it? I mean, that's not good. That's not good. But that's what happened. So there's this love-hate relationship with Vlad Tenev and Robinhood. That was in the past. But what did that lead to? Well, it led to this. Robinhood. This is in August of 2021. So this is just a couple days before that clip I played at the beginning of Jim Cramer. If you guys didn't see that clip, when the stream is over, go back and watch the first 2 minutes, because that was the clip of Jim Cramer talking about Dogecoin and Robinhood. But this was what Robinhood had reported, that was like 62% of all crypto revenue was Dogecoin. The revenue was Dogecoin. There was that much more trading going on of Doge than Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin and all the other cryptos that they had. It was all on Doge. Not only that, but crypto overall made up over 50% of their transaction-based revenue. So more than all their stocks that they traded in early 2021, crypto outperformed. They made more revenue off their crypto trading, of which they only have like 9 or 10 cryptos, than all the stocks. That's how much money crypto, and particularly Dogecoin, made for Robinhood. Crap ton of money. So there's certainly an incentive, a profit incentive that Robinhood has when Dogecoin goes up, when crypto goes up, because they make more money. There's more people trading, more people buying, and they're making money. So Robinhood's crypto expansion could spark fee wars. This came out in September of 2021, just the next month, because all during that summer, the Dogecoin community was basically arguing with Vlad Tenev on Twitter about wallets, and that you could buy all of this crypto on Robinhood, but you couldn't do anything with it. There were no wallets. There was no wallet system like there is today. And so Vlad came out and said, we have some engineers working on a Robinhood wallet. And which was huge news. It took them a while to finally get it out. And it's not a wallet like we all expected. We all thought we were all going to get our own wallets. But that's not what it ended up being. Basically, it ends up being this kind of wallet gateway that allows you to transfer crypto on and off the Robinhood exchange. That's all it is. But at least solved a lot of the worries that many had in buying crypto on Robinhood and then just having it stuck there. Now you could actually move it off and put it in your own ledger if you wanted to put it in a ledger, or Trust Wallet or Exodus or anything else. You can do that. And what this article says is because Robinhood has no fee trading, right? They could see that a lot of people would move their Dogecoin from Coinbase, transfer it to Robinhood, and then sell on Robinhood so they don't have to pay any transaction fees. And that's what this article is about. It's like, that could happen. So what does it mean today? And this goes into Low Roller's question right here. Robinhood stock, they had a profitable quarter, but they get this Wells notice too. Robinhood is expected to report its highest quarterly revenue since the second quarter of 2021, Well, what was the second quarter of 2021? It was this one I just showed you, where Dogecoin made up 62% of their crypto revenue, which was over 50% of all of their transaction-based revenue for the entire platform. And what's going on now? Robinhood is expected to report its highest quarterly revenue since the second quarter of 2021. Because what's happening? We are in a bull market in crypto and stocks are up as well. So Robinhood is doing very well. And we, those who trade on Robinhood, right? They get all of their profit from their no fee trading, right? But they're making a big profit somehow, right? Well, we've talked about the spread between the bid and the ask and how you can't get the price you want when you're actually buying or selling on Robinhood, because they're making their difference. They're making their money off of that difference between what the actual price is and what they're selling it to you for, or what you're buying it for. What you're buying it for or what you're selling it for. That difference, that spread there is their profit, and they're making a crap ton of money off that. No fee. Well, there is a hidden fee there. Yeah, what's happening with Robinhood stock right now? I had this called up. So here's the Robinhood stock right now. It was kind of even for the day, even though it started off the day with a big dip and then recovered back up and then just kind of went sideways. And it's up about 4%, 4.26% in after hours trading right now. It was up a little higher earlier. It was up about 5 or 6% before. Now it's up 4%. So I don't know what the actual earnings numbers are, but Robinhood is, after hours, they're up 4.5%. So stock is doing well. So their profit seems to be outweighing this fear from this Wells notice on their crypto. Kind of interesting story. So we'll get into some Q&A. Be glad to answer questions about Robinhood, trading on Robinhood, current affairs in crypto, and whatever else you guys want to talk about. That is what's going on. But yeah, we do have a dip in the market right now. And again, it's not just Doge. Bitcoin again is down below 62. ETH is down. Algorand down. It's all down. Now we're starting to see a little bit of recovery here on some of these. So would expect to see Doge come up a little bit too now. So we'll see about that. And P3 Mizzy, how are you? Do you think Doge will go up after the summer? I do. And I've been talking about that just about every video. We talk about what's going to happen this fall. And I see great things for Dogecoin. And I look at the rest of the crypto market as well. I think we're going to see this huge continuation of the bull run happening this fall. And Doge may have its own catalysts. Again, we've got this, right? We got this guy. Something's going to happen there. Something is definitely going to happen there with this guy. And Doge will go crazy. That's what I think is going to happen. What can we do about it now? Buying the dips. DCA. Don't be fancy with it. Don't do your swing trading or your leverage trading. Some guy last week was shorting Doge, lost out big time. It's just like, okay. And I think I pretty much, when he said he was going to do it, I told him not to. although I'm not a financial advisor, so I didn't say it that way. I was just kind of like, I don't know, I wouldn't do that, right? Something like that. But he did. He entered this big short position, and then Doge went up. He was trying to call the exchange to see what he could do to like stop it. It's like, no. Won't do that again. Won't do that again. So if you buy Dogecoin in Robinhood, you got this big spread. You shouldn't care because you're going to hold your crypto for long term anyway. That's true. That spread, like right now, we're looking at what, 1433, 1434, right? So if you bought it right now, you probably pay 14.4, or some number a little larger than that 1433. Is that enough of a difference to really make a difference? Like 8 months from now, when Doge is at 50 cents or $1? Nope, won't make a difference. It makes a difference to Robinhood though, because that's where they make their money. You cannot buy Dogecoin for 14.34 right now on Robinhood. You will not get that price, right? They're going to sell it to you for 14.4. And that difference is their profit. That's how they do it. But if you know that going in, you shouldn't be bothered with it. What happens though is when the volume ticks up, the spread gets wider. And the more craziness there is on the Robinhood platform, the harder it is to even do a transaction. It still slows down. And especially when the price is spiking up and you're trying to grab some Doge, the price keeps going up and the price keeps going up and you got your order in, eventually it hits and the price is a lot higher when it finally hits than when you started the transaction. People get all upset, but it's like, guys, that's how Robinhood works. Jose says, I like Coinbase hands down. Yep. And that's what I trade on. Now, I have traded on Robinhood. I still have crypto on Robinhood, but I pretty much am all on Coinbase now. And I just happen to have an affiliate link to Coinbase below. If you join Coinbase using my link, you put $100 on there and then you get a spin of the Bitcoin wheel. I think they're still doing that, right? And you can get free Bitcoin. So check that out with that link below. If you want to try out Coinbase, that's what I use. That's what I use. Yeah, Ryan. Rip Alex. Yeah, poor Alex. We tried to warn him, didn't we? We tried to warn him. Doing shorting Dogecoin. Oh, is AMC earnings today too? What's AMC doing? Hey, Yili, is that okay if I still keep all my crypto in Robinhood? I think you'll be okay, but you have to make that decision. I can't tell you one way or the other. But again, Robinhood is a publicly traded corporation on the New York Stock Exchange or NASDAQ, whichever. Let's see which one it is, actually. What do they say it's on? Robinhood Markets. It's on the NASDAQ. Hood is traded on NASDAQ. But it's a United States, it's not like FTX. FTX was not a publicly traded company. FTX was a mess, right? And not a Voyager or a Celsius or whatever the other one was. Those weren't even exchanges. Those were places where you put your, well, a Voyager, I guess you could buy and sell, but they were also giving this big like percentage if you put your money into this earn program, right? It's like, oh. So, yeah, that's crazy. But I use Coinbase. Coinbase has the best exchange platform for trading. You see the transactions of other people's completed transactions as they're happening. You see what the spread is between the bid and the ask, and it's coming along. Yeah, David, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, buddy. Just had a lot going on here. So let me scroll up. Oh, my target prices for Doge. Is that your only question, or did you have others? I'm sorry. I went through that whole thing on Robinhood, and I wasn't looking at the chat at the time. Target prices for Doge. I do those in videos. I look at the target prices in videos. So you'll have to watch my videos for that. I'm not going to chart all of that live right now. Too much going on. But right now I've got, again, my first target is 35 cents. And I've shown this before again and again, right? Going back. Right? That's this yellow line right there, 35 cents. That is going to be the first big resistance line for Doge to get over. Doge gets over that. That's also where I'm going to be taking my first little bit of profit for Dogecoin, is that 35 cent line. So this is on the daily. This is what we have. Again, we've got up and down trading right here. That's happening with Doge. And we'll see. Right now it's at 1428. So it's getting down below this 1440 line. And so it may come down and retest 12.5 cents. So we'll see that on the downside. For those that have some cash waiting on the sidelines and you're waiting to buy more Doge, this could be in play. So take a look at that. Hey, Keck, how are you? You're speculating MyDoge wallet may be working with X. I don't know. I don't know. I know the MyDoge wallet uses the X former Twitter API in order to do the current integration that they have. But whether they're working with X on some bigger thing, I don't know. I haven't heard anything like that. So I don't know. Yeah, AMC earnings today too. What's AMC doing? Let's take a look. What is AMC up to? Hood after hours still up 3.8%. Let's take a look at my positions. Nope, let's take a look at my watch list. Sorry. AMC, yeah, kind of flat. Not doing nothing. Ended the day even at $3.19, and now it's after hours $3.16. So AMC is just not doing anything. Not doing anything. Get this back. See if Doge can turn around here. Not happy with the current Doge price going on. Not good. Hey, Frank, Doge doing more than many big name companies. No employees needed, just investors. It's true. But there's also no company there, right? Like if the SEC wanted to sue Dogecoin, they couldn't. There's no company there. It's an asset, right? It's a commodity. It's like silver, right? You can't sue silver. It's a commodity. People are trading it. And the price is what the people think it's worth. Is there an expectation of profit? Yeah, but isn't there with like baseball cards and Beanie Babies and all that stuff too? Those aren't securities. SECs, they're not going to win. They're not going to win. Doge to 5 cents. Dude, hey KB, 5 cent Doge? I don't know. I don't know. Did you see my video this morning about the bears? And I showed that chart showing that huge interest zone of Doge at 12 cents. Huge. A little basketball talk going on. Jamal Murray. Yeah, he should have been suspended. You don't do that. You don't throw anything onto basketball floor. You don't do it. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Yeah, right. Exactly. You're expecting to sell off, and it could sell off, but not below 12 cents. Not what I'm looking at. That's true, Ryan. The way Minnesota has taken care of Denver already for those first 2 games in Denver, now they go to Minnesota. It could be done. Christian sold your Doge before it took a dump. That's a big swing trade chance you're taking there. And you're going to wait for, well, it's probably 9, not 90. So you have your decimal in the wrong spot. But I'm guessing that's 9 cents. I just don't see Doge going down to 9 cents. I don't see enough negativity in the overall crypto market that'll mean Doge will go down to 9 cents. That would be the same as Bitcoin probably going down below 50K from here. From 61 down to 50. Doge isn't going to drop to 9 cents. You can clip that if you want. I don't care. Doge isn't going down to 9 cents. But if you want to wait till 9 cents, you'll have cash on the sideline just waiting and waiting and waiting. It could happen. Sure. Yep, it could happen. David says, yeah, good luck. Haha. Right. The SEC should sue Peter Schiff, right? That gold, maybe that's an unregistered security. People buy it with an expectation of profit. He always uses that line, right? An expectation of profit. Do you buy gold because the price is going to go down? Or do you buy gold because you don't care about the price? Why would you buy it in the first place? Because you want the price to go up. That's how all commodities are, right? You can buy into all like grains and all kinds of things like pork futures, all this stuff, right? All these commodities with an expectation that the profit, the price is going to go up and you're going to profit. SEC going to sue Atati. People are waiting Bitcoin to 20K. Oh, God. An imbalance at 9 cents. No, it doesn't work that way. In a bull market, it doesn't work that way. But you can sit on the sidelines and you can wait. I bought at $13.99 and then I bought more at $12.49. Those were my last 2 purchases. I'm not waiting for, I bought here on that dip and then I bought here on that dip, right? I'm not waiting for some thing that may never hit. Because then you got nothing. Christian might have nothing. Dogecoin could take off and he's still waiting for 9 cents. And then if he wants to buy back in, he's buying it higher. Just saying. I know some who missed out on that big 2021 run in April because they were playing these swing trading games and they missed out on that April 16th big run. The one we talked about earlier with Robinhood when Robinhood was having problems. They were trying to buy back in and they couldn't because Robinhood was all messed up. It's like, if you're going to play that like swing trading game, then why the hell are you using Robinhood? Don't use Robinhood for that. Robinhood is you buy it and you just leave it. But hey, Matt wants to know if he should buy more Doge. What do you guys think? Yeah, 2030 might still be waiting. Depends on what the next bear market will be. What's 2026 going to look like into 2027? Is that going to look bad? We don't know. Who knows? I just know I'm not going to be sitting with all of my Dogecoin through another bear market. So I will be taking some profits. Again, we're going to be talking about that more in the fall in detail. All I've identified is my first ladder out price, and we'll go from there. Matt's got 228,000 Doge at an 8-cent average price. That is decent. Yep, that's decent. Again, the amount of Doge you have, you can't compare to what other people have because everybody's in a different financial position, right? Everybody's in a different financial position. There's a lot of people who could never afford to have that many Doge, but there are some who have a lot more than that. So, yeah. Crypto.com has over 100 million users now. Wow. I got another email from their marketing team wanting me to join them as an ambassador or something. You think I should do that, low roller? Think I should join Crypto.com as an ambassador? Because I don't know. It's not the best exchange in the world. My reasoning is neither TA or fundamentals. It's on where we are in the 4-year cycle. I trade on the 4-year cycle. And we are in May of 2024, the Bitcoin halving year. And in the previous 3 cycles, the year of Bitcoin halving has always had a lull after the halving, which is what we're in right now. And then it turns around and it goes up. So I just do it this way, up. It goes up. The only year where there was a big dip was in a halving year was 2020, and that was before the halving, and it was when everyone was scared out of the bejesus because of the corona thing. And even Bitcoin was only down for like a day and a half. There was that flash crash. Bitcoin went down to like 3,600 and then turned around and traded right back up. It's just a blip in the overall pattern of trading. But after the halving, we had a little dip and then it turned around and went back up. Again, we can look at I trade on this, 4-year cycles. At the end of the year, after every Bitcoin halving, the price was going up, not down. And there were no significant drops during a Bitcoin halving year, except for the one I just mentioned, and that was before the halving. But there was always a lull after the halving. And that's where we are right now. That's all this is. And that's the way I'm trading it. because this way it's going to turn around, it's going to go up, and then in 2025, we're going to see new all-time highs. That's how I'm trading this, because it happened once, twice, 3 times in the past. That's a pattern to me, and I trade patterns. So that's what I'm looking at. You understand? You just see a correction happening before new all-time highs. This is it. This is the correction. This is the correction. Bitcoin already hit 57, traded back up. Now it's at 61. We're in the middle of it, in my opinion. It's not going to be a deeper correction that's going to go way down. It's never happened in the past. If it does now, it's going to need some big shock, right? Some black swan event, something to come in here and say, everyone sell, panic, because the news is so bad. I don't see that happening right now. We had the scare last month with Iran and Israel, right? There was a dump that happened there. And then what happened? Nothing. There's no World War III, right? Nothing like that. It'd be better if the economy was good. Yeah, we have high inflation now. That's not great. So risk on assets like crypto are a little bit tampered because of that. That's going to turn around though. And we're going to see that this fall. Again, another reason. I'm just holding and waiting for that big run to happen. Appreciate it, MP3. Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate it. And we will be on the moon. And when Dogecoin hits $1, I will be planning the Boston party. Because there's going to be a Boston party. It may just be a gathering, we'll see. But everyone will be invited, and there will be some drinks on me. And probably some food too. $1 Doge. There'll be a lot of parties going on, but there will be one in Boston. There will be one in Boston. Maybe you can negotiate to get paid in Dogecoin from crypto.com. Maybe. Maybe. You use Webull Pay? I got off the Webull exchange. I had some crypto there, and I sold it when I was buying all my Tesla shares. So all my Teslas on Webull. Because they didn't have wallets. You couldn't move your crypto off of Webull. And then they split off this. They split the Webull exchange into 2. One was Webull for stocks, and then they created this Webull Pay thing for crypto. And I just haven't used it. So I don't know how it works. Webull also, like crypto.com and Robinhood, just didn't have a good exchange, right? Again, the same thing, big spread between bid and ask. Not the best exchange to trade on. That was my experience with Webull. I don't know if Webull Pay is any better. I don't know what Revolut is. Oh, and my other reasoning here too is buy and hold is because of taxes too. I'm waiting for long-term capital gains tax. I don't want to be in a short term where I'm paying 44%, right, of my profits gone. I don't want that. Or 37, because I'm not making $1 million in my income. So I won't be the 44, but the 37 is still a lot. I don't want to be paying that much. My profit gone. So could Robinhood hit $100 per share? I don't know about stock prices on that. Here we go. This is what we got here. Actually, AMC is dropping a little down after hours, now down about 1.5% is AMC. Hood's up about 3%. How high did it trade? It traded up to 20. So Robinhood hit 20 here in March. So that would be a 5x from there. I don't know. I mean, you're talking crypto type gains. This is a stock. And it's not like an NVIDIA or something on any breaking, new technology. It's a bank, essentially, an exchange. It's Robin. No, I do not see, I don't see a 5x. Owning some crypto is better than having none. You got to be in it to win it. Yes, Frank. How about SHIB? One of these days, SHIB is going to go on a big run. I think so. It's going to go on a big run, and you just have to hold and wait for it. That's what I'm doing. If it doesn't happen, I'll be disappointed. I've already doubled my money on SHIB. I bought it at 10. It's over 20. Here's the SHIB chart. SHIB now at 22. So I've already doubled my investment on SHIB. So again, this is where I am. So I'm good so far, but I was hoping for that big 10x, up to 100. That'd be a 5x from here. Drop a 0, new all-time high. That's what I'm hoping for SHIB. And it can do it. It's got to wait. Got to be patient. Patient. Hey, Toss, I must remember these emotions and be better prepared for the next cycle. I learn something new every 4 years. Yep. I held all my Doge all through 2021. I did not sell any on the spike. Held it all the way through the bear market, and here we are. So that's kind of the biggest thing I learned was what's those 4-year cycles. You can throw all the TA out the window when you're in a cycle. You're in a bear market and you think it's going to go back up because it needs to grab some liquidity somewhere. But you're in a bear market, it's just going to keep going down. That's the trend in a bear market. To 2026, I'm not holding all my crypto. That's me. That's what I learned from the last cycle. Every single person watching this stream is a future Dogeonaire. Yeah. A Dogeonaire. So you think Doge will trade up to 20 cents and then see a correction? It could. And we were talking last week, again, the up and down trading, right? And why up and down trading? Well, because the exchanges don't want you to win on leveraged longs or shorting. So yeah, Doge is going to go on a big run up. It's going to squeeze out the shorts, right? There's a lot of people shorting Dogecoin right now, right? New short positions being opened. Doge is going down. It's going to crash to 12, 10, 9 cents. I'm going to open a huge short position. Guess what's going to happen? Price is going to turn around. It's going to go up, and it's going to wipe out, liquidate all those short positions. And then as Doge is trading up, what's going to happen? You're going to get a bunch of leveraged longs, right? Going to ride Dogecoin going up. And then what's going to happen? They're going to turn it around and drop it again to liquidate all those leveraged long positions. We go to this CoinGlass site, right? Again and again, we take a look at CoinGlass and we're like, liquidations, baby. Big liquidations. In the past 24 hours, Bitcoin, $40 million in Bitcoin liquidations. $40 million. As the price goes down and down and down, They're wiping out leveraged longs on Bitcoin. And here's Doge's 5 million on Doge. $5 million on Doge wiped out as Doge's price has dropped down. This is what it's about, guys. We're talking about liquidity, right? And leverage. The exchanges see what you do when you do shorting or leveraged long trading. They see what you do. They know what your prices are. They know what your stop losses are. They do not want you to make money. They don't want you to win. A lot of people do, right? If you hit it at the right time. But somebody just lost $957,000 on a Bitcoin. $957,000. Wow. Goodbye. That just happened just now. And that was on Binance. They're trading against you guys. You can't win. That's why us retail traders, the best thing we could do, again, just buy and hold and wait for the good times. You can play your games like Christian did and try and swing trade, but God. I did that back in 2020, 2021. Well, 2020 was stocks. 2021, I did some swing trading. But it's hard with crypto. You don't know. You don't know. Could all of this SEC bullcrap lead to a black swan event? Probably not, because it's going to go to the courts. And the courts are going to take forever. And even when the courts make a decision, it's not going to be like a huge black swan. They're not going to like ban crypto or anything like that. So no, I do not see this. But I do think this is going to drag out this whole thing. We're not going to see ETH ETFs because the SEC can say that this is all wrapped up in the courts now, and we have to wait until the courts decide, which is how the Bitcoin spot ETFs got approved, because the courts basically ruled against the SEC, and Gary said, my hands are tied, I need to do what the courts did. That is how the Bitcoin spot ETFs got approved, because Gary didn't want them. He didn't want them at all. Keck is coming to the Boston Doge party. Let's go. Brian, Def going to the Boston party. If it's in the fall, we can go to a Celtics game. Sure. Hopefully they'll have a new banner up in the rafters, right? 2024 NBA championship. You heard a Bitcoin whales? Satoshi wallet wake up? No, I haven't heard that. Haven't heard that. Sometimes people send little bits to those wallets. I mean, we saw that before. We saw it with the Robinhood wallet. We see that with some of these other, long dead wallets. Every once in a while, somebody sends something to it just for the fun of it. With Dogecoin, it's usually like 0.42 Doge or 4.2 Doge or 6.9 Doge or something like that, knowing that it's not going to do anything. But that's a Dogecoin thing. I don't know if Bitcoin is doing that too. Prakash, you use Robinhood? Well, you decide if you want to keep your crypto on the Robinhood platform or move it over to a wallet. That's your choice. You can try out the Robinhood wallet, that independent app. It's a second app. And it's a wallet where you have your keys and they walk you through all the steps to transfer it over. Or if you want to get into something like a hardware wallet, like the Ledger here that I have, do that too. There's lots of videos on how to do that if you haven't done it before. So Demotic, same thing. Is your money safe? Or is your crypto safe? Is your Doge safe? Again, Robinhood is not an FTX. And it's definitely not in the Voyager Celsius, discussion at all. It's a publicly traded, United States-based company that's not going to shut down in a moment's notice. So I'm pretty confident that you're okay. MP3, you live in Boston too. Awesome. Welcome, neighbor. Yo, remember the Doge, y'all. I like it, Viking. FUD in the crypto market has always been strong. Crypto millionaires prove uncertainty, never affected their choice to invest. Yep, there's always going to be FUD. How big and bad it is depends on what's going on. It's a roller coaster ride. You just gotta ride through it. And then wait for the good times. Toncoin catching up. Really? Oh, man. We don't want Doge to drop down lower. We do a refresh. I got to get out of white mode here. Come on. Back to dark mode. Toncoin, 20 billion. Doge, 20.598. Yeah. We're still 500, almost 600 million ahead of them. So, yeah, they're catching up a little bit. The stupid Telegram token. Really? Cardano is going to go on a run this fall, I think. And Cardano's starting to wake up. So, guys, watch out for Cardano. I would think Cardano would pass Doge before Toncoin would. But you never know. You never know. Yeah, so here's Cardano's trading today. Cardano waking up. Solana's down. Solana is 14.1, 141. Doge is 14.3. So Doge is still a little ahead of Solana. I was just kidding with Bull Run on Monday about a bet. And we were just having fun. But I'm still going to watch how Doge trades against Solana. Hi, Manisha. Love you too. Welcome. Retired crypto hunter. I made a mistake, transferred my Doge into my Robinhood account and just learned that I cannot transfer it out. So I created a Robinhood wallet and it won't let me move my Doge to the Robinhood wallet. So if you transfer a crypto from somewhere else onto the Robinhood exchange, they're saying that you can't transfer it back off? Really? I didn't know that. Wow. So all you can do is sell it. So you have to hold on to it on Robinhood until you sell it, because there's nothing else you can do then. I'm going to look into that. But if that's what they said, that might be about, I'm going to look into that, because you got me curious about that too, because it should be treated like any other of your Doge, whether you bought it on the exchange or transferred it on. Doge is Doge. It shouldn't matter where it came from. Oh, it'll let you move your SHIB, but not your Doge. Well, that's weird. That shouldn't be. There shouldn't be any difference there. Life is great. Does anyone know how long? Yeah, I do know how long-term and short-term capital gains goes. And if you want to know more about it, you can watch my epic tax live stream that I did last December, where I got into all the details about taxes. That was an awesome live stream, probably my best one. But it was taxes. Taxes are kind of boring to people. But you're interested in it now. So you have 100,000 Doge. If I buy 10,000 a year later, if I sell 20,000 Doge, would I have 10 short and 10 long? So you decide how you want to account for your crypto. You decide. I go by the first in, first out method. So the first crypto that I'm going to sell is going to be my January 2021 crypto. That's a long-term capital gains. The crypto that I just bought here, right here on Monday and Wednesday, this would be the 29th of April and the 1st of May. This crypto here, I'm not selling. Oh, let me get your note off here. Here we go. This crypto here, I'm not selling for at least a year. And this, since it's my most recent crypto, because I don't want to pay a short-term capital gains tax on the most recent crypto that I bought. So I keep spreadsheets of all of the crypto that I buy. And regardless of what the exchange says, I go by my spreadsheets and I do the long-term capital gains. Because it saves like 12 to 15% on the tax on the profit between long and short-term capital gains here in the United States. That's a lot of money. So I do first in, first out. And I'm not selling anything that I haven't held for at least a year. Because I don't want to pay that short-term capital gains tax again. Because I was doing that the past couple of years, and it's just like, that's a lot of money. So, no. Hey, Joe, glad you could have joined the live. Christian says, Doge is $1, you'll do a Florida party. Okay, you do a Florida party, I'll be there. I'll definitely be there. There'll be parties all over. There'll be lots of Doge parties. But I'll come down to Florida for a $1 Doge party. You just can't have it the same weekend I'm having mine in Boston. That's all. But we could coordinate that. But yeah, I'll come down to Florida. Will be a funny joke. When all crypto goes up in value, crypto millionaires save the economy by having celebration parties. I know. Oh, we'll publicize it too. Absolutely. Get the news going. So buying at 12.4? Maybe. Maybe, Demotic. My purple line here is 12.5. This is this purple line. I bought it. I bought here at 12.499. That was my limit order. And it hit right there. Now, Doge then went down to 12 cents. But I was, again, looking at my TA coming back and looking at this all the way back here, right above my head. That's where Doge dropped down on March 19th, right there. And so that's what I set as a support line of 12.5 cents. And so I set a limit order there and it hit. Now this went down a little bit more, down to 12 cents, but hey, 12 and a half. I feel good about what I did there. You're never going to get the absolute bottom unless you just get lucky. But the chances of that, yeah, pretty small. Yes, KB, on the last run up on Doge, Robinhood paused the selling of it. I talked about that earlier. I'd suggest to always withdraw your crypto to your own wallet where you own the keys. Unless you're trading it, there's really no reason to have it sitting on an exchange. There really isn't. But some people just don't want to go through the hassle of transferring crypto. I mean, with Doge, the fee is practically nothing. So it's not a fee issue. It's just going through the hassle. And I always recommend doing a test transfer first. Particularly if you're going to a new wallet, like a Ledger or an Exodus, and you haven't transferred before, and you've got 100,000 Doge, let's say, don't make your first transfer all 100,000. Just to make sure. Transfer 10 Doge first. And just make sure it goes through as a test transfer. And then once that 10 Doge goes through, then you got it. Then you can transfer the rest. That's my recommendation for transferring crypto. Just do a small little test transfer first. Make sure it goes through, and then transfer the rest. Could Doge become a top 5 market cap? Sure. Sure it could. Well, I mean, discount Tether. But yeah, Doge could easily come up right behind Solana. To catch Solana would be huge. That would be huge. So I don't know about that. If Dogecoin caught Solana again, we're sitting pretty good. Then we're sitting pretty good. Regarding capital gains again, does Robinhood have that function where you can decide which coins to sell? Not that I know of. They send you a 1099, but I don't see anywhere where you decide. I think it automatically does first in, first out on the 1099. That's what I recall when I got mine. But if it's not how you want it, and it's different than what your own spreadsheet says, you can do what you want. And if you get audited, you've got your spreadsheet, and you just say, I want that Doge to be the first Doge that I bought. That's the Doge that I want to have as part of this tax return, first in, first out. It's only if you get audited, that's the only time it would be an issue. Who knows whether there are all of these additional IRS agents that they're hiring are going to be going after all the digital asset holders? Probably. But the chance of you actually getting audited, yeah, pretty slim. Robinhood wants to try and remain compliant with the SEC, making sure crypto capital gains taxes are paid, not letting people escape tax-free. Sure, and they do what they're supposed to do. They do the 1099 forms, and they send them out. Well, they're on their platform, and they give you the link to go and download it. And it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. So what happens if you hold oldest crypto, transfer to the exchange? Does it start over since it gets a new date? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Transferring is not a taxable event, which is why, again, I recommend using your own spreadsheet. Then if you transfer it, you just make a note on your spreadsheet that you transferred it from Robinhood to Ledger, So you keep track of it on your spreadsheet. And then when you transfer it back, you know exactly which Doge it is. And it's a long-term capital gains. It doesn't start over when you do a transfer. It's when you purchased the crypto is when the clock starts ticking. People scared of transferring millions of dollars of crypto. Pray the transaction goes well. Yep. Again, that's why I recommend you do a test transfer first, like 10 Doge. And if that goes through, then you can transfer 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, whatever. So you're messing around in Robinhood now, and it appears that Doge is the only crypto that they won't allow to transfer out. When you go to transfer Doge, it says you have 0 Doge to transfer. Okay, I'll look into that. That's big. Swing trade with like 2,000 for the live streams. See what you can do. It'll be fun. Nah. I don't want to do that because I don't want to encourage people. I do not want to encourage people. That's like when George did all of his leverage trading live. And it's just like, George, what are you doing? You're encouraging people to get wrecked. Don't do it. So thanks for the thought, Sina, but no, not going to. I don't want to encourage people to try something that maybe they're not ready for, or even something that I'm not doing. So if Sheep goes to a penny, there's a party on your yacht. If Sheep goes to a penny, I could have a few yachts too. Not going to happen, but. I'll already have been sold out of my Sheep. Long before that happens, I'll already have sold. I told you where I'm taking my profit of Sheep. 0.0001. 0.0001. I'm selling all my Sheep. And then it would have to do a 100x after that to get to a penny. Oh my God. You can dream, Ron. All Dogecoiners welcome. Yeah, you keep dreaming. Saul, is there a time limit? That's a good question. How long ago did you actually make that transfer of that Doge? Because there could be a time limit. Saul, that's a good question. There could be a time limit. If you just did it, you can't immediately turn it back around. If that's different than your Sheep or whatever. Something to look at. Something to look at. Well, I wish we were all in the green, but we are not. 1424 is not great for the current Doge price. Looks like everything is kind of down. Again, Bitcoin is back at 61.3 now. It dropped below the 62 line. So that's not good. Yeah, crypto market is kind of down. So we'll see how this plays out. I will have a video coming out on Thursday, and we'll be live again Friday at 5 o'clock. So join me on my next live stream. We'll see how things are going then. Had fun with this one. If you guys didn't see the beginning, I had that Jim Cramer Dogecoin quote from 2021, which was just kind of funny because it's Jim Cramer, you know. And then went through the whole timeline of Robinhood with Dogecoin, right up to present day, and what Robinhood is dealing with this Wells notice and what's going to happen with the SEC. Of course, I will continue to follow the news and what's happening with Robinhood because it's really important to Dogecoin because there are so many Dogecoin holders. So hey, Denise, how are you? Is there a waiting period on Robinhood? Yeah, I don't know. Again, it depends on what you're talking about. If you're first loading money onto Robinhood, you typically get your first, if you link a bank account, you typically get your first $1,000 as the instant buying power. But if you uploaded and you transferred more than that, they'll give you that first 1,000, and then the rest you have to wait a few days. But in this thing that they're talking about transferring Doge from a wallet or another exchange onto Robinhood, whether there's some kind of waiting period, yeah, I don't know. Don't know. Oh, there it is. You had a sell limit order. And so that Doge was stuck in a limit order. That makes sense. So you couldn't transfer that off because it was stuck in a limit order. So you cancel the sell limit and now it works. Well, there you go. Well, that explains it. I hadn't thought of that one. Yeah, you had it tied up in a limit order. I hope it was at $1. I hope it was at $1 for your limit order. Or some big number. Well, 69 cents, right? Maybe it was 69. Come on, tell me it was 69. Crypto Hunter. Come on, 69. I can't sign off until you tell me. $1.15. All right. Even better. Over $1. That's awesome. Hey, at $1.15, we'll be having a big party in Boston and in Florida. That'll be fun. Again, patience for us to get there. All right, gang, I hope everyone's well. Have a good evening. And I'll be back Friday at 5 o'clock for the end of the week live stream. Who knows what we'll be talking about then, but most likely it'll be Dogecoin related. Hope you're all well. We'll see you soon.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.